My name is Emily Davis, and this is a story I've been hesitant to share for a long time. It's deeply personal, a little surreal, and it changed the way I see everything: life, death, and what lies beyond. I'm just an ordinary person who never expected to experience something so extraordinary. But one day, I did. I died. And what I saw, what I felt, it's something I can't keep to myself anymore. This story isn't just about me, it's about you too. It's about the hope, the love, and the purpose that's waiting for all of us, if we're willing to open our hearts to it. It started on an ordinary Tuesday. I was driving home from work, tired but content. The sun was setting, casting this golden glow over the road. I remember thinking how beautiful it was. And then, in a split second, everything changed. A car ran a red light. I heard the screech of tires, saw the headlights coming straight at me, and then, impact. Glass shattered, metal crumpled, and my world went dark. I don't remember the pain at first. All I remember is this strange sensation of floating, like I was being lifted out of my body. I looked down and saw myself, broken, unconscious, surrounded by paramedics. I wanted to scream, to tell them I was still here, but I couldn't. And then I was pulled away, faster and faster, until the world I knew disappeared. What happened next is hard to describe in words. It was like being drawn into a tunnel of light, but not the kind of light we know here on Earth. This light was alive, pulsing with energy and warmth. It wasn't just something I saw, it was something I felt, deep in my soul. As I moved closer, the light grew brighter, but it didn't hurt my eyes. Instead, it felt like it was filling me up, healing every broken part of me. And then, I saw him, Jesus, or God. I don't know how to explain it, but I knew it was him. His presence was overwhelming, not in a terrifying way, but in a way that made me feel completely, utterly loved. Like I was home. He didn't speak in words, not exactly. It was more like thoughts, feelings, truths that just flowed into me. He showed me my life, every moment, every choice, every pain, every joy. And he didn't judge me. He just loved me, unconditionally. It was a love so pure, so vast, that it shattered every fear, every doubt I'd ever had. He showed me the impact of my life, the people I'd hurt, the ones I'd helped, the ripple effects of every decision I'd made. And then he said, no, he imparted this message. It's not your time yet. You have more to do. And just like that, I was pulled back into my body, back into the pain, back into the world. Coming back was hard. The physical pain was one thing, but the emotional and spiritual weight of what I'd experienced was something else entirely. I felt like I was living in two worlds, the one I'd always known and the one I'd glimpsed beyond the veil. I struggled with how to make sense of it all, how to integrate this profound experience into my everyday life. At first, I didn't want to talk about it. I was afraid people would think I was crazy or that they wouldn't understand. But the more I tried to bury it, the more it burned inside me, demanding to be shared. So here's what I've come to understand. That experience wasn't just for me. It was for you too, because I need to tell you something urgent, something life-changing. God is real. Heaven is real. And this life, it's not just some random series of events. It matters. Every choice, every action, every word, it matters. Because one day, we'll all stand before him. And when that day comes, I want you to feel what I felt, that overwhelming, all-consuming love. Not fear, not regret, but love. I don't know what you're going through right now. Maybe you're struggling, maybe you're lost, maybe you're doubting whether any of this is real. But I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Don't lose hope. Because there's more to this life, so much more. And it's waiting for you. Take it from someone who's been to the edge and back. This life is a gift, and so is the next one. So live with purpose, love deeply, forgive freely, and never, ever forget how much you are loved. Let me tell you more about what I learned from that experience, because it's not just about what happened to me, it's about what it means for all of us. First, I learned that we are never alone. Even in our darkest moments, even when we feel abandoned or forgotten, God is there. He sees us, He knows us, and He loves us more than we can possibly imagine. That love isn't conditional on how good we are, how much we achieve, or how many mistakes we've made. It's just there, constant and unchanging, like the sun that rises every morning, even when we can't see it through the clouds. Second, I learned that our lives have meaning. Every single one of us has a purpose, a reason for being here. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day struggles and forget that, but it's true. You matter. Your life matters. The things you do, the people you touch, the love you share, it all matters. Even the small, seemingly insignificant moments can have a profound impact on someone else's life. So don't underestimate the power of kindness, of compassion, of simply being there for someone who needs you. Third, I learned that forgiveness is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. When God showed me my life, I saw the times I'd hurt others, the times I'd made mistakes, and I expected to feel shame or guilt. But instead, I felt His love. He didn't condemn me, He just loved me. And that love made me want to be better, to do better. It also made me realize how important it is to forgive others and to forgive myself. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret only weighs us down. Forgiveness sets us free. Finally, I learned that death is not the end. It's a transition, a doorway to something greater. That doesn't mean we shouldn't cherish this life. We should. It's a precious gift, and we should make the most of every moment. But it also means we don't have to be afraid. Whatever challenges we face, whatever losses we endure, we can face them with courage and hope, knowing that there's something beautiful waiting for us on the other side. I know it's not easy to believe in something you can't see, something you can't prove. I get that. I used to be skeptical too. But after what I experienced, I can't deny it. God is real. Heaven is real. And His love is real. It's not just something I believe. It's something I know deep in my soul. And I want you to know it too. So if you're feeling lost, if you're struggling to find meaning or purpose, if you're doubting whether God even exists, I want to encourage you. Take a step of faith. Open your heart. Ask Him to show you the truth. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Willing to believe, willing to hope, willing to love. And if you're already a believer, if you already know God's love, I want to challenge you. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Live it. Let your life be a reflection of His love so that others can see it and be drawn to Him. We all have a role to play in this grand, beautiful story. Let's make it count. This life is short, but it's also incredibly precious. Let's not waste it on things that don't matter. Let's focus on what's truly important: love, kindness, forgiveness, and faith. Let's live in a way that honors the gift we've been given, and let's look forward to the day when we'll all be together in that place of perfect love and peace. Thank you for letting me share my story with you. I hope it's touched your heart in some way, and I hope it's reminded you of how much you are loved. You are not alone. You are never alone. And no matter what you're going through, there is always hope. Always.